Hello, Internet. I'm KrissieDeathy, and today I'm going to continue reading Granpa's Way by Anya Hibiki on fanfiction.net. If I can figure out what chapter is. I'm still at my dad's, so I'm reading this off of my phone. And the air conditioning will kick on at some point, I know. So, chapter 12, Walking. She stood frozen on the door frame while realizing what kind of feelings seeing him again woke up in her. There he was, calmly chatting with his mother on the couch as if he hadn't been gone for 3 whole days. Closing the door slowly behind her, she analyzed, or tried to, the rush of emotions coursing through her. There was relief, as irrational as it seemed. She had been a little worried about him being out there. She knew that he could take care of himself, and it wasn't like he had gone all by himself or anything like that. There was astonishment for finding out that she'd been worried about him. There was a strange feeling like longing sneaking up her spine, tingling her arms, like longing and emptiness needing to be filled. What was wrong with her? "Hey, you're back," she greeted, surprised at how well those words felt. She got a wide smile in return, which threw her more off balance. That sounded like thunder. His mother asked him something, and he turned his attention to her again. Yukio went to the kitchen to put away the groceries, her mind in a jumble. As she did, she started to recognize the feeling that had crept over her so strongly. She had felt that way before. The time when her family had erupted in her restaurant, she had felt extremely happy because she missed him so much, and seeing him again had been extraordinary, even if she was still a little angry with her father. But she couldn't feel that way because she had missed him, could she? That was totally ridiculous, right? She went to the living room again, trying to look calm. Whatever it was that she was feeling, she had to put it to rest now. It didn't help sitting next to him, or the quick glances he kept throwing at her, accompanied with little smiles. Even if she'd had tea while everybody else was having coffee, it wasn't calming her. After 3 whole nights of silent pondering, she thought she had reached a conclusion to her feelings. Now he'd come and screwed up her head all over again. She wasn't supposed to be feeling that way. She was supposed to be in a clear state of mind, determined of her decisions. Why his presence had to upset her so? Was he still waiting for her answer? Did he remember? It had been hard to get an answer for herself. A lot of painful realizations had come to her on those silent nights of insight, but she was glad that she had to go through that to put an end to the matter. She loved Ranma. She would always. But it was a different kind of love now. She wanted to see him happy and be there for him if he needed her. And that was all. She realized that her illusions were futile. She'd never be in his heart. Not in the way she wanted anyway. The desire to be in his arms had slowly vanished, and she had stopped waiting for him to show up or wanting to see him every day. There was no thrill inside her when she looked into his eyes now. He was a friend. She forget him, and all those years of being engaged to him had been the most painful thing she ever had to do. But she knew it could have been harder, and there was the scary part. If it hadn't been for her new fiancé. Even if she hated to admit it, Ryoga's presence had helped her cross that devastating line that she always known she had to cross. Deep inside her heart, she always known that her Ron-chan didn't love her that way, but she needed to keep her hopes up. She couldn't face the fact that, if she didn't have Ranma, she had nothing. She kept her hopes for the tiny little fact that she had still been engaged to him, what gave her a little chance. But when that small chance was taken away from her, she comprehended how far from reality her daydream had been. Even happy for her, to boot. What erased that small hope from her heart. All she'd had left was the pain of an unrequited love and a sour memories that would chase her forever. Then she found out who her new fiancé was, and everything went downhill. Right then, she thought that marrying a complete stranger would be 10 times better than spending her life with that moron. Now she thought differently. At least she knew where she stood with him. She smiled when she remembered how right he'd been that afternoon in the dojo. I've had a lot of time to, fill up before we found out we were engaged. You had to process two shocking, life-changing news connected somehow in a very small amount of time. That ought to be confusing. Maybe with all the craziness you're moving in brought on, you haven't had time to actually analyze things through. It was because of him that her healing had been easier. He kept her occupied enough with his taunting and fighting to actually notice that she was giving up. So her answer was plain and simple. She was over Rama. She closed that chapter of her life. Rama was her best friend. That was all. Sense of conclusion, satisfaction, and completion had washed over her at dawn, as all her question on the matter were reduced to that little fact. Now she could move on. Now another jumble of confusion of questions started popping in her mind. Concerning certain person she was starting to grow fond of. There were feelings and emotions that she could not understand, nor put to an explanation to, and that scared her. For Rama, it had been simple. She'd known what she wanted, but this was different. She accepted the fact that she'd grown used to him, as she referred to her inexplicable feeling. But there were other emotions popping up now and then that she didn't know of. She never felt these things with Rama. She started as his fingers brushed her forearms softly. Are you okay? You're so quiet. Shaking her head, she smiled. I'm fine. Want to go for a walk? Oh, okay. They reached the park in a slow pace, both enjoying the gentle winter breeze. Is there anything you want to talk about? She prompted, nervous. What was it with him? Yeah, actually, I've been thinking, yes, about the engagement. We don't have to do it if you don't want to. What? Make it official. I mean, we could wait if that's what you want. She shook her head, smiling sadly. I guess it's better to get it off our backs now, don't you think? Yeah, but it's your choice, okay? Okay, she nodded. He kicked a small pile of snow on his way. I mean, I don't want you to feel... No, more pushed. What are you saying, Aryoga? I'm trying to say that I know it must be hard to get engaged to me when you still love somebody else. She smiled at him, surprised. That's very sweet of you, but I don't think we can call off anything. And there's the air conditioner. You're just gonna have to deal with that for a while. Maybe I can get rid of some of that noise in editing. I could talk to Akira, and he trailed off at the look on her face. Thank you anyway. It's very thoughtful of you. She hooked her thumbs into her jeans pocket, smiling softly. Ryoga blushed. Yeah, well, He looked at her sidelong, enjoying the sight. I just don't want you moping around all night. He shrugged mockingly. Like that would happen, she sneered. Besides, it do no good. Everything you try with this family is pointless. At least I'll try to enjoy myself. That's the spirit, he grinned. What about you? Me? Yes, aren't you mad or sad or something? I mean, after all, you'll be officially hooked next Saturday. Officially hooked, huh? She giggled. Yes, that's what I said. What's the point? It's gonna happen anyway, he shrugged. She looked down, slowing her pace a bit. I know it's inevitable. You should be feeling something. We'll never get the chance to fall in love with someone and have a relationship based on love. What if you meet a girl and fall in love with her? What if she likes you back? What if you know she's the love of your life and yet you can't do anything about it? I'll tell you what, you'll be miserable the rest of your life and I'll be right next to you probably feeling the same way. She crossed her arms above her chest, trying to know a small ache in her heart at the thought of Ryoga falling for someone. Why? You're worried about that? He asked, incredulously shaking his head. Yukio, that will happen to me one way or the other. He chuckled bitterly. What? She snapped her head around. What girl would like to have a boyfriend that only sees her only once every couple of months? There would be a lot of missing and untrusting, and I'd only end up hurting her. And don't forget that I turned into a pig. So let's add that at the worry about your boyfriend being eaten by some wild animal or something of the like. Yukio's mouth was tight shut, her mind spinning. What about Akane? Why do you think I've never told her about my feelings? I mean, when I told her about Peachin, I had to explain her my reasons, but I wasn't pretending anything right then. If she didn't know, the only one hurting was me. But she could have liked you. Maybe. If Rama hadn't been in the middle. But it wouldn't have worked out anyway. You don't know Ryoga. Akane's very understanding, and being understanding is not enough. Cut her off. It's different when you actually have a relationship with whom you love. All we had was an illusion. We never got to feel things. It's easier to let go of an illusion. You won't miss his kisses and hugs and being with him because it never happened. And that makes it easier to forget. That's how you got over Akane, she understood? Yes, I thought that it'd been 1,000 times worse if I actually had something with her, and it got less painful. I see. I'll keep that in mind then. So, he blushed, you've never with Rama? I think I grabbed his arm once or twice, she giggled. Nothing shampooish, though. He exhaled relief, unthinkingly. That's good, I guess. So that makes me alright. You'll be fine. He prodded her arm with his elbow reassuringly. Yeah, it hasn't been that hard, I realized. You've kept me occupied enough to actually have time to move around. Oh, you've been a pain in the ass, honey. I was too busy dealing with you to actually think things through. I think you said that afternoon, she added with a smirk. And now you have, he asked carefully, leading the conversation to the most interesting part for him. I just had a whole weekend to myself, remember? He smiled. Like I just said, I've been entertained, she giggled, earning a roll of his eyes. So I didn't even notice when I started to let go. How are you coping now? Ryota felt relieved somehow. He thought she'll be in love with her former fiancé forever. Couldn't allow that. It's not so bad. I guess I'm trying to resign myself. It still hurts, you know. All the sacrifice, all the training, and all the things I've let aside for him. All for nothing, because I know he wouldn't have picked me anyway. And the worst part is that I did it all because I love him. But I don't think I should regret anything, because I had the chance to know love, even if it was an unrequited childhood love. You still have your childhood friend, even if he's a jerk, he cares about you. Yeah, I just wish my father hadn't made me dress as a boy. At least you had no choice. The only thing I regret is to have played as Akane's pet. That was the worst thing I ever did. You did it because you loved her. You just wanted to get close without hurting her, right? Nodded, his lip curling up. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. She's forgiven you, Ryoga. She told me she did because you never even peeked. You've always been respectful. You've always respected her and protected her. You just made a mistake, she patted his shoulder reassuringly. He gave her a smile in return, though his heart was not in. I still miss being in her arms sometimes. It came out as a whisper, but it crushed her like a tidal wave. He cursed himself to live silently in pain, pretending to be just a pet, just to be close so he wouldn't hurt her. He loved her that much. An image of Ryoga showing himself to Akane popped in her mind, what made her eyes water. Why? He frowned when he glanced at her. She was surreptitiously wiping her face. I don't know how to pronounce that word. With her gloved hand and her eyes were moist. I'm such a neat. Yukio, I'm sorry. What? She turned around being caught off guard. I've made you cry, haven't I? I shouldn't have asked you about this. Oh no, it's okay. Something got in my eye, that's all. Let's go home. It's getting dark, he said, not buying it. Without noticing, she linked her arm with his. She stopped herself when her hand felt his bicep clench. Looking up, she found him staring widely at her, a slight blush on his cheeks. Realizing what she was doing, Yukio burst out laughing, causing his eyebrows to shut up. I thought you'd get lost, she said as an explanation, still giggling. Ryoga blinked for a moment and shook his head, enjoying her laughter. Somehow it made him feel better. Okay, he chuckled. They resumed the walk home. She didn't let go of his arm, though. And that is chapter 7 of Grandpa's Way by Atlanta-Decatur on fanfiction. I will leave a link in the description below. Or at least try to. I've been uploading from my phone recently. If you don't find it in this video, go to the Krissie Reads playlist and find chapter 1. I know for a fact the link is in that description box. So, yeah, that's chapter 1. I hope you liked it. And, question of the day, because I am doing a question with each of these videos. So, last videos, the question was, what's your favorite Rama character? So, this, question will be, what is your favorite manga? Let's go with the manga. What's your favorite manga that you've read? I'm curious about that. Mine, I'm not really sure. Thinking off the top of my head, I would probably say Cardcaptor Sakura because it was my very first manga. But yeah. What's your favorite manga? Answer that in the comment section below. Also tell me what you think of this fanfiction. You can go review it on fanfiction.net if you want. I'm sure Anya would love that. Other things. I haven't been very active. I'm kind of sleepy, but I'm in a reading mode. So, trying to think of other things. I don't know. Comment. Click the subscribe box if you want to see more. Click the like. Tell me if you want more of these videos or not. And yeah, I guess that's it. Also, if there's anything you guys would like me to read, fanfiction, poetry, original work, feel free to ask me to read it in your description in the comment section below. You can't write in the description, but you can write in the comment section. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. Bye bye!